And we're live.
Apex, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man.
I think tomorrow's not Christmas though, right?
No,
It
no.
feels
It's
it feels
Thanksgiving.
like it. It may as well be. Might as well go ahead and get all this over with, huh?
Yeah.
So did you do any shopping today or
Actually, I did. I went and got a wet and dry vac so I can clean my truck out without having to go spend quarters and go down to the local car wash.
how many horsepower did you buy?
Oh, dude, that thing's a beast. I don't know exactly how many, but I got it on sale. Normally it's $99. I picked it up for a quick $58.
That's not bad. So is that going to assist you in cooking your turkey tomorrow?
It depends on how messy things get.
Bring the shop back into the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's how I cook. Man, when I finish with out of the kitchen, I just got to tiptoe out of there.
Yeah.
Like when you have one of those hard days, you just peel everything off at the door.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got
So,
GoBro 7. He says, "What's up, guys?"
what's up, go bro? Where you located at, man? I know I see you on here often.
I think he's from Louisiana, if I remember correctly. Let's
It
see what his
could be.
comment says in a second
It
here.
could be.
And YAMBE says, "Nice. I finally caught a live. How's it going, brothers?"
Going
Oh, it's
great,
going good,
man.
man.
It's late. Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night. We figured we wasn't working, so we would give ourselves something to do because we always get bored if we're not pressure washing.
Yeah. Okay, so GoBro is from Vernon Parish.
That's right. Yep. Yep. That is right. I remember now. Yep. So getting back to cooking the turkey. So like you have a long hard day of pressure washing, you peel off your clothes at the front door. My cooking is so messy. When I'm done in the kitchen, I gotta peel my clothes off, drop them right there, and run take a shower. And then Apex says his is so messy he has to bring a shop back in the kitchen when he's done.
Absolutely.
Now, is that in the kitchen while you're cooking, or is that at the table after you eat, or both?
Dude, both. It's in there. I'll have freaking, bits of cooking oil and food going all over the place,
In your
especially
face.
after the table, all the plates, the crumbs everywhere. We don't want to feed the pests, so we tend to suck up all the leftovers into the vacuum cleaner and get rid of it.
I moved my turkey from the freezer to the refrigerator so to start its thawing process. And my dog was looking at me like, drop it. He wants me to drop the turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
was
think
at.
well, our plan actually this year, me and my mother, because like we usually go to my rich aunt's house for Thanksgiving and all the family comes over, but they're going out of town to see a relative. It's probably going to be their last Thanksgiving because they're, older in age, relative, they're
Right.
pretty much, seeing them one last time. And
Gee, well.
so, so me and my mother and my little sister and her boyfriend, who I have never met before, and me and my girlfriend, who they have never met before, we're all going to go to a restaurant and have the Thanksgiving. I'll just say it. We're going to go to Cracker Barrel, and they do the
Mm,
Thanksgiving dinner special there, so we'll be able to meet up and have that experience.
that makes it easier.
It does make it a lot easier. No shop
No,
vac required.
no shop bag required. So we got a couple people in here watching us.
Absolutely. We have 11 people watching. Thanks,
11
guys.
people. We
And we
appreciate
got
any likes
all
that
kind
y'all
of
want to give
comments
us.
rolling in.
All right, well let's jump into some comments. If y'all have some pressure washing questions, if you just want to talk about politics, I'm just kidding. No politics, please. Pressure washing, parking lot striping, me and Apex. I fielded a few questions for y'all on this Thanksgiving year 2020. We want to let everybody know we were thankful for many things, but also we are thankful for our YouTube subscribers and the guys that leave comments and likes and views. That means the world to us. Kind of lets us know that we're getting to you all out there on this side of the camera. Sometimes we put many hours a week into filming and editing and stuff, and we never know who exactly is watching. So those comments even some of the criticism. We do read just about every comment, and we hope next year it'll be much better for everybody. And we've had a fantastic year, and we're just hoping that we can just keep the momentum going into 2021. What do you say, Apex?
Hell yeah, man. Let's keep it going. Go get it. All
Go
right.
get it.
Now, first comment here is from Clesson Hammond. He says, how come you don't do asphalt seal coating with line striping?
Well, I do sometimes. It's been a few years since we have done our seal coating. Reason being is there are some contractors in our area that have enormous equipment, and we could do it, but they do it a lot faster. And actually, to be honest with you, the price that they give us per square foot is probably about the same that I would make on it. So, either way, we just tend not to do it. But also, we have so much other work. We could literally work day and night, 365 days a year if we wanted to. So now, fortunately, we've gotten to a point in my career and my business that we can sort of start to pick and choose some of our customers. We can pick and choose which days we have off in a lot of cases, that sort of thing. But the seal coating is enormously profitable, but it does take a very dedicated crew for
Okay, we've got some more comments. Cincinnati Softwash. He says, what's up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving.
it.
We got Williams Washing. He says, are you boys taking questions tonight? Absolutely. Absolutely, Williams. Keep them coming. All right. Indiana Power Clean says, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Indiana. Corey D says,
brother.
happy Turkey Day, fellas. Yes, indeed. Yambi says, local Louisiana, Lanny, and myself. Absolutely, man. Keep it real.
I think
And
he's from the big city.
Coco Coolio 75 says, no politics, question mark, exclamation mark. Oh, man, I wanted to lose all my friends.
I know. They always say when you're in business, and of course, with our YouTube subscribers, we're just over 6,000 now. We're really proud of that. If we endorse one candidate over the other, usually 50% of them is going to hate you for 50% alike. But the only thing I'll say political is I like lower taxes, and we pay incredible amount of taxes each year, and I can't imagine them going up anymore. It would definitely put a strain on things. So, I'm a low tax person. I understand our country needs a lot of tax revenue. But man, sometimes when you're talking tens on top of tens on top of tens of thousands of dollars, that is hard to cough up each year.
Absolutely. And got another comment here. Indiana Power Clean. About how much equipment would I need to start striping?
So none, surprisingly. So in our All Pro parking lot striping course, we teach how you can go right into the parking lot striping business, basically with a few tools and supplies out of your local Lowe's or Home Depot. Apex, I don't know if you can copy and paste the link in the comment section to that resource page. Reason why I got Apex doing that, because I'm a bit visually impaired, and y'all wouldn't want me trying to read this screen. I would come up with some crazy words. But so yeah, you can start this coming weekend. I mean, now I'll be totally honest with you. You don't want to take on no big jobs because you're gonna be on your hands and knees, stick and roller type thing.
There
But
you go. There's the
okay,
link. If you guys want to click on it, it's in the comments in the live chat.
yes, if you click on that, right now we running a special on that All Pro striping course, and go check it out. The price gets fluctuates occasionally, so I think right now it's the lowest it's been all year. So you might want to check that out now. But so to answer, get it a little deeper into your question, start a parking lot striping business. You need some business cards, or either some brochures or flyers, some of that stuff you can kind of print out locally or on your computer or something, and start knocking doors. And it's not like residential, because residential usually don't have stripes in their driveway. But I highly recommend going towards some of the smaller jobs if you're not having a lot of equipment. Dentist office, chiropractor's office, small banks, even something like CVS, Walgreens, you might could pull that off without a machine. You will need a handicap symbol. Those are, you can go to our equipment page, also click on that link and bring you to our equipment page. You can buy a standard handicap ADA symbol. That would be about the only absolute piece of equipment you have to buy outside of, like a Home Depot or Lowe's. But you can start it now. We did a little, and this is something that we normally don't like to do, but we did a little job about a week ago. It was for $650, and they called us. They needed it done ASAP. It was about an hour away from our house. We only had our pressure washing equipment with us, so we literally turned around and went to the local Lowe's, bought the things we needed, and striped that parking lot for $650. And we was there for about an hour without a machine. Now we're pros at it, so it would take you 2 hours. What if it only took you 3 hours for $650? My profit, I had about $90 worth of materials. Also, I had to pay Apex, but it's still a great profit margin. There's a lot of husband and wife teams out there doing it as well.
Absolutely. We've got a lot more comments coming in, so just gonna go through a few quick ones, and then we got one long one. Okay, PHA 807. He says, "I'm watching Toronto, Ontario. Eh? Yeah, good to see you, man."
Canadian.
And here we go.
Parents, yeah.
Here we got a question here from Corey D. Comments on the screen. I have a 11 building storage unit to quote, but I'm lost. I have a 4 gallon per minute machine and XJet. Any suggestions on how to price this out?
So is it metal storage buildings? If it's, those storage buildings, they're going to absolutely have to be soft wash. Any pressure on them whatsoever could remove the oxidation. I would XJet it most likely. We would probably do a soft wash pump, but XJet's fine for it. I would probably price that somewhere around 18 to 20 cents per square foot of total building area. So for example, if the building's 1,000 square feet, 1,000 times 0.20, $200 per 1,000 square feet of building area. You can get that total building area off of a Google map, or either go around it with a measuring wheel, and that's where I would begin my pricing. Now, it would go up a little bit from there, just depending on the severity of it.
Right. And Bodyless says, "Hi, Mr. Billy. Hi, Apex. Thank you all for helping so many. Happy Thanksgiving." Happy Thanksgiving to you, Bodyless.
Happy Thanksgiving. Right. Yes, definitely. And I definitely appreciate the testimonial he sent me. We still have it. We're going to use it when it's appropriate. And he sent me an awesome testimonial about his Sonics, actually. So, guys, also, if you're interested in that Sonic training course, click on that link that Apex just posted. And you could post it again if you want to bring it up to the top, Apex. All of that information is there. Now, Bodyless did start doing some Sonics. He was mainly focusing on canopies, but also with those Sonics, you can do the canopies, you can do the buildings, you can do the flat work, and also now you can do dumpsters and striping. So we teaching all of that, and there's approximately about 5,500 Sonics across the lower continental 48 states. So 5,000, 6,000 Sonics out there, and you go look at them, and there's an awful lot of them that are just totally nasty and they need cleaned. Now, I will say this, that Sonic training course is not going to guarantee you to get a Sonic contract, but it does put you in the most opportune position. We'll go over pricing, frequency of cleaning, who to speak to, and exactly what words to say to the people in charge. Actually, Apex is becoming an expert at it. He's a landed for him by himself. So,
absolutely.
Do you like? What do you think about doing those Sonics? Like, you're not getting rich doing it, but it's what's it paying? Truck note, insurance, house note.
It's consistent.
Really consistent, huh?
You can count on it to help pay your bills. That's what matters at the end of the day, to keep your business going, so that can give you more opportunity to chase more business.
So you're not making $500-600 an hour like we would on a government contract, but it is consistent, constant, reoccurring.
Yeah, it supplements. If you're going chasing roofs or other stuff, it definitely, it's a good thing for your bottom line for sure.
I tell guys all the time, and also, I forgot to mention this, but our Sonic training course, we've got new material in it. So if you haven't bought it yet, hadn't got into it yet, we've just added some new material. This new material is because we're getting feedback from other trainees that we've been training. So with the sonic training and doing these sonic flat work, canopies, striping, they are budget. They are really budget savvy. Sonics are, all fast food restaurants are. Now that being said, they will be fair with you, and you will make okay money. You're not going to get rich, and you're going to work hard doing it. It's a lot harder than going to spray a roof for $1,000. I promise you. But you're not going to have that roof 12 months out of the year, consistent rain, shine, sleet, or snow. So that's why we are so passionate about getting guys to do these sonics.
Okay, so got another comment here if you're ready for it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clayman33. He says, "Hey, Mr. Billy, I'm a high school student and have my own pressure cleaning business, St. Pete Shine. I have some $1,720 worth of work over 3 jobs in the past week. I love your comment," and he left his phone number.
Oh, sweet. That's a good bit of work. So right around $1,800 in 3 days. That's not bad for a high school student there. Not
Dude,
bad.
he's killing it.
Hey, that goes to show you you're doing more than some grown men are doing out there. Now,
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations. And you being motivated with ambition, being very ambitious, set goals that you might not think you can even achieve, because you might trick yourself into achieving them. You might make yourself proud of yourself. We've always set goals like, hey, we're going to do this, that, and the other. And even if we didn't achieve them, we sure tried for it. So don't set that bar too low. I know, like the old saying, some people are just looking for beer money. No, you want 3-story house money. You want Mercedes-Benz money. You want a speedboat money. Set those goals high and then go try to achieve them. But you got to be motivated.
All right, so next we have Ace 305 Pressure Washing LLC says, "Happy Thanksgiving. Tune in from Miami, Florida." All right.
Sweet. Miami's nice and warm right now.
Yeah, you guys are going to have like nice weather.
I would like to switch places with your brother.
Yeah.
We was actually down in Florida a couple of weeks ago at an undisclosed location. We were able to shoot a little bit of footage of it. Y'all can kind of read between the lines, one of those type of things where they don't like a lot of footage. So they're reviewing the footage that we shot before they let us put it on YouTube, but it doesn't show any our surroundings. So we're actually going to be traveling to another undisclosed location later next week. We just got back we were actually in Birmingham, Alabama. So I could say the city and state, but I can't say exactly where we were, but we had a blast out there. Apex put in some 11-hour days.
You work all day, go lay down in the hotel for a couple of hours, keep on working, keep on trucking, get it done. I loved it.
I was sitting on the side of the bed in my hotel, just messing with my phone, reading some text messages, and dozed off sitting there. So yeah, it does. After you work that 11-hour day, it doesn't matter. You're going down.
Yeah. All right. So got some more comments here. Yamby says, "Billy, you're like a mentor, man. I listen and retain every bit of what you have to say about any aspect of the business, and it's showing on how I've been executing my jobs, and thank y'all for that."
Yes, sir. We appreciate those kind words. It means the world to us. 26 years. Next year will be my about in February, I'll make 27. So I'm well into my 26th year of power washing full time. Also, I've started the parking lot striping about 21, 22 years ago. So, but this was it. I didn't have a wife that worked that made great money. I didn't have no family money. I tell guys all the time, my dad left me with his name because I am a junior, and he left me with a bunch of bills, and that was it. No family money. No, my wife didn't have a job that made a bunch of money. Actually, I'm single, so it was just power washing full time, 100% of the time. It's what has financed my life and funded my life, and we live a good life. So it's very pleasant. We don't have to worry about where our next meal is coming from. Thank God. So it can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. Here we are, just about at the 20-minute mark. We've got 14 people tuned in. If you guys want to go ahead and drop a like, it's much appreciated. And here we go. James Bass, or Bass, however you say that, BASS. He says, "Evening, fellas. Evening to you, James. Williams Washing. Let me see here. Yep, Williams Washing. Comment on screen there. Okay, he says getting ready to pull the trigger on a couple of your courses soon as Christmas light season is over. But I want to start a dumpster route, but I live in northern Michigan. Can I do it in winter?
Yes, yes, it actually needs it more, probably done a little more in winter because you got snow and ice and all that stuff clogs up and sticks together. So that is it's a good time to let them know you can go in there and clean it out. Now, if it's full of ice when you do it, that's going to make it a lot more difficult. But I know some guys are going in there with snow shovels and stuff, getting all that trash picked up. But this is something guys need to look at whenever you spray your sodium hypochlorite solution into that dumpster area, and if it's iced over, we all know what do they use to keep the ice melted on roads is salt. And what is sodium hypochlorite? Hence the word sodium is salt. So a lot of times your sodium hypochlorite can get that ice to moving around. If it's a little sludgy, hit it again. If you got hot water, that's even better. Or either pick some nights where it's not frozen out there. So that's always a good thing. But we do know that dumpster enclosures are exactly that. They are enclosed, so some of it's going to be shady. That can be expected. There may be some ice in certain areas in the dumpster. You're just gonna have to work with it, take the good with the bad. But go ahead and jump in there and get those dumpsters going now because you'll have them for all next year. Reoccurring contracts. That's what we're constantly preaching.
Right. And Coco Coolio 75 says that dumpster route video is gold. Yes,
Oh, well, I
indeed.
appreciate it. Yeah, so
And go
I, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars cleaning dumpsters over the years. And so they can call me the dumpster man, they can call me the garbage man, but like I said, they can call me wherever they want, but they can't call me broke. So
That's right. That's right. All right. And GoBro7, interesting little comment here. He says, can too much water hose mess with the GPM you get from the spigot? Hmm.
yes, yes,
Yes, it can.
absolutely. Yeah, there's something in this physics world called coefficient drag and parasite drag. So if you got 100 feet of pressure water hose, you're going to get X amount of gallons through the end of it. Just because the known is the static pressure at the water faucet, it doesn't increase it with the length of hose you got. It actually decreases. So let's say, for example, you got 100 feet of water hose and you're getting 3 to 4 gallons per minute out of that water hose at 100 feet. If you extend it at 200 feet, you're going to get 2 gallons per minute. Now, if you put 500 feet on it, you might not get no more than about a half a gallon per minute. So the shorter your hose possible, I like to tell guys all the time, anything over 100 feet, you're going to start to degrade that GPM out that water hose and the static pressure. I would rather see you put more pressure hose on the other end just because the pressure washer needs to be fed, but also let that engine be that pump that carries that pressure to your location where you're needing it on the side of a house. If that makes any sense to you. So shorter the water hose, better.
That makes a lot of sense. And it had me thinking, like, people have water towers. So generally, if you're not on well water, all of that is gravity fed to the spigot. So you're only going to get so much pressure and so much flow out.
Yeah, generally speaking, you're going to get about 45 psi out the faucet, and most residential homes will approximately have anywhere from 5 to 7 gallons per minute flow at the faucet. Now, as soon as you put a 50-foot hose on it or a 100-footer, you're going to start to grade that through coefficient drag and that sort of thing. So, also, guys, this is another little expert tip: locate the water meter or locate the water pump if it's on well water and get as close as you can to that water meter. So the place I live in, my water meter is closer to the left side of the house if you're looking at it from the street. So there's a faucet or a spigot on the left side of the house. So that's going to give me maximum flow. Now, if I hook up to the right side of the house, furthest away from the main water meter, that's going to be the less flow. So pick your faucets carefully. If you can, always get closest to the water meter or closest to the well pump.
Right. And Jeremy Olson says, "What's up, Billy and Apex?" Boost in quotation marks. Happy Thanksgiving. He must have seen my other video. Truth Seeker. Here we go, buddy. hanging with family. Just wanted to pop in and say happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for this wonderful community we have. Peace.
It's excellent, Truth Seeker, and he's up there a little bit north of us here. So we were actually not too far from him. We was out there in Birmingham. I guess we was about 3 or 4 hours away from him or so. Um,
Uh,
yeah,
we
man.
got
Happy
we got a super
Thanksgiving.
chat.
Oh,
Got a
sweet.
super chat here. $5. Williams Washing. He says, "Thanks, guys!" Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! I watch everything on both of your channels.
We
Absolutely,
appreciate it.
Williams. Absolutely. That's what encourages me to keep making content. I love seeing that. Like, it just it keeps you going, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's not easy. Y'all don't know, but behind the scenes, I fool around with this tripod and my charger and getting everything level. Well, I don't know what we messed with it for 20 minutes before we even hit the live button. So sometimes it's a lot of work on our end just to bring these videos to you all.
Alrighty, so moving on here. Okay. We got Corey D. He says, "Thanks for the answer and thank you for all the information y'all give out. Y'all help more people than you know."
We appreciate it. And like I said, we hardly ever get to see everyone that watches the YouTube channel. But I've had people call from all parts of the world, and so it's very humbling to know that they tuning in, watching some of our content. We just definitely appreciate it.
Alrighty. And let's see. Okay, Bodyless says, "And that's gonna help over the winter." Exactly. And Bodyless has another comment here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Okay. We actually got another super chat here
Okay,
in the
awesome.
blue. The blue. Okay. Merry Christmas 2.0, $2. He says, "What tools would you need to do parking striping?"
So the ideal is to have a parking lot striping machine, which is a few $1,000s, but you can do massive amount of parking lot striping. Otherwise, you would need some special rollers, special tape that is for those that way it is stick to there. You can't just use any tape because that paint will creep under that tape. And it's not that blue tape, it's a certain masking tape that we use that makes a really sharp edge, and then also the specific DOT traffic paints. You could probably visit a local Sherwin-Williams store and try to find some of those items. You could also watch our All Pro parking lot striping course. That's going to teach in detail. Oftentimes, you go into these Sherwin-Williams stores, and Apex can attest to this, that you have to watch what they give you because these guys are working at college. Just their second, third job that they got. They're just at a paint store. They're no expert in many cases. So Apex and them know anytime we get paint or materials from them, we always double check it. And sometimes you ask them for a recommendation and they don't know. So that's why we just so adamant about training the proper way and getting these guys up and running. The last thing you want to do is go paint a bunch of lines and they look awful. And then that company is going to expect you to come back and clean them all up. And that makes it really even tougher.
That would be a disaster. We want to avoid that. Get the lines painted correctly and properly, get them looking sharp, and they'll be extremely happy with you. They can be either extremely happy or extremely unhappy, and you can guess which one gets that check into your hands faster. All
Right.
right. So, Bodyless has a comment here. He says, "Guys, do you have any insurance contact info? I'm getting quotes around $1,800 a year. Is that anywhere near average?"
Yes. For general liability, that would be average, depending on what services you're offering. If it's mostly pressure washing, flat work, that sort of thing. And also depending on your limit, if it's a $1 million policy with another $1 million umbrella on it, that would seem to be about average. It's been quite a few years since I've bought those type of insurances. Our insurance exceeds that many fold. So we require, because we do government work, to have many millions of dollars worth of general liability. So, but yeah, I think that's about average, about 1,800 a year. Usually they're gonna want $400, $500, $600 down payment, then a couple $100 a month. So that would kind of put you right there in that range.
All right. Pro Wash Exteriors says, "What's up, fellas, from North Alabama here. What's up, Bama?" And Faye 807 says, what would be the coldest temperature that you could line stripe? What would it add to how long the paint would take to set?
Yes, yes, definitely. The coldest temperature recommended is about 25 degrees. We use an acetone-based paint, so that's a solid-based paint. If you use a latex at 25 degrees, it would take it 2 years to dry. So can you imagine painting a parking lot? Let's say it's a dentist office and they come in there Monday morning, everybody's parking and tracking that yellow paint everywhere, stepping in it. So you got to use the proper paint. Usually acetone base is good to about 25 degrees, but also you got to watch the humidity as well. And then the substrate that you're painting has to be absolute dry, no questions asked. We really recommend using a moisture tester. You can pick those up online for about $80. Really kind of like pointing at the ground, it detects the moisture in it and the temperature as well. It's kind of like the thermometer thing that they scan your forehead with now at the airport. So that's recommended. So you want a really low moisture content in the ground. So coldness is fine, dampness is not, and using those proper paints can save you a ton of trouble. One time when we first started, we didn't have the All Pro parking lot striping course to go purchase and learn from. We used the wrong paint and we stayed out there 12 hours with blowers and heat guns trying to get the paint to dry because it was at a red box storage. I mean, at a red box movie thing, and we were putting in all the hash marks for a new red box deal when they first came out years and years ago. So that's a mistake you don't want to do. The paint we use now, Apex, how long does it take usually for it to dry?
That's within you can run over it with the striping machine within a matter of minutes.
Yeah. So sometimes when we stripe a line and then we go to the line next to it and stripe it, you can go back to that first line and it's already dry enough to walk on. Now I probably wouldn't run an 18 wheeler on it, but within an hour you can pretty much do what you want. Within 5 minutes it can rain on it. So parking
Half
lot
line.
paint, right? And what I tell guys all the time, parking lot paint is really not paint. It's got the word paint in it just for us, but it's really not a paint. It's a coating, and this coating has solvents in it, has catalysts and all kind of other
Agents.
agents and chemicals in it that cause it to sublimate dry, so it doesn't dry like water does, if you will. So, and paint only dries from the edges inwards. So, there's a lot of science going on it. So don't use house paint for parking lot striping. That would be a mistake. You may laugh about it, but I've seen it done before. So, it's people don't know. They out there trying to make a living, make ends meet, put a little food on the table, and use the wrong paint. It's not their fault if they don't know. But now there's no excuse. We got the right knowledge and tools and instructions to get you up and running.
Absolutely. Here we are at the 33-minute mark. We got 17 people tuned in. I'm getting a lot of comments in here. Hopefully we can get to as many of y'all as we can.
Let's do some rapid fire ones.
Okay. So James Bass says, having my trailer built now in Georgia Chemical just outside Atlanta. Good for you, James. Jeremy Olson says, for those of us in the Midwest, can parking lot striping supplement fall and winter if it's just cold and no snow? Yeah, you can stripe in the cold.
Yes.
Christian B. Coon says, I am a medical student with hopes of becoming a surgeon. My pay potential is 1/2 to $1 million a year. After getting into student loan debt, pressure washing has a high pay potential just alike.
Absolutely. Christian B. Coon. Name sounds familiar. I don't know where though.
Okay. He says, just without the debt, love it. All right.
That's right.
Kenneth Rickner says, what's up, guys from Vicksburg, Mississippi? What's up, Kenneth? All right. EG says, hello, my husband wants to start. How should he start? Well,
click on the link.
And what?
Yeah, boy, probably pressure washing or parking lot stripe. Either one. Click on that link to those resources. Also, that page will also link you to another resource page. Check it out. There's a lot of information on there. Some of the, I feel, I might be a little biased, but some of the best information you're going to find in the world is in that link. You cannot click on it and go learn it on yourself and still manage, but it may take you a couple years. And, one mess up, I mean, if you mess up one time, that can cost you thousands of dollars. So it's a good time to start right now. We don't know what the economy is going to be like in 2021. We can only keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. But now is the time to create a side hustle, to create that entrepreneurship spirit in you and go after what you deserve.
Absolutely, guys. And I just posted the link again, so it should be the most recent comment. Here it is at the bottom of the screen. You want to go ahead and hit that. It'll take you where you need to go. And we got
Apex,
another comment here.
okay, Apex, I want to hop in here real quick and say something about our resources.
Okay.
So we make some money off of selling these resources, but I promise you that I would not take $1 from you if the information I was giving you was, I think potentially you can make 1,000 times fold on that money. We got guys right now that's trained 8, 9 months ago. Yeah, they spent a couple $100s here and there doing the training, but now they're making thousands per week. Like, hear those words, thousands per week, versus going to work at a warehouse making $400 or $500 a week. What can you do with a $5,000 check every week versus a $500 check? Yes, you can learn this on your own because I did it. Is it going to be really, really hard? Yes, it will. And the competition's stiff out there. So take those shortcuts and, do it for yourself if you do it for anybody. What's the next comment there saying?
Andre Bravo. He says, my 5.5 gallon per minute soft wash pump came with a 5/8 hose. Would that size hinder the range I can shoot, or should I get a 1/2 inch hose?
Um, so it came with a 5/8. Yeah, you'll be fine with the 5/8. Some people are running 5/8. We run a half, right? Is that right, Apex?
We run half,
Okay.
200 feet.
Sometimes your mic cuts out a little bit. I don't know if it's just directional or if it's doing noise cancellation. So, but
Got
yeah,
it.
so we run a half and we able to shoot what, about 35 feet, pretty easy.
Yeah, and that's with a 200-foot hose. We're able to do that. Um,
Yeah.
Andre Bravo again says, thanks, guys, for everything. Absolutely, man.
We
And
appreciate it.
he says, changing lives out here. Yes, indeed, Andre. Okay. Anthony Teco says, what's up? What's up, Anthony? Welcome to the stream. Jeremy Olson says, I've always heard it as friction loss. Billy is a genius. Okay, going down. James Bass. In the future, I'd like to come down to do some training with you, Billy.
I would love that. Yeah, we constantly training people. It's been a little bit difficult lately because of COVID-19. Unfortunately, our insurance was kind of frowning up on it, but I think we'd be all right. We had to do a little bit of extra paperwork, and whoever comes down and trains with us, they get attached to our insurance for that training day. So it may not be the cheapest training in the world, but again, I might be a little bit biased. I think it'd be the best.
Absolutely. And Williams Washing says, Apex, are you still taking calls for that small fee? Absolutely, Williams. 24/7. You guys can give me a call, and I'll put that number in the comments here for y'all.
Yeah, so we just actually did another promo on that. It does a couple things. It lets guys be able to get in touch with some help right away. I love taking calls, but sometimes I'm not available. So Apex, little $25 fee. He can help you out on pricing. He can help you out on equipment failure, stain removals, anything, parking lot striping and pressure washing. Pretty much help you out. And that's your number there in the
Absolutely.
comments. Okay, and that's Apex. You sure 24 hours a day. So if I pay you that $25, I'm gonna call you at 4:35 a.m. this morning. And
My phone has the ringer on the volume all the way up, the vibration all the way up, and it sleeps right next to my head. So if you call me, chances are I'm waking up to answer your call.
and you make your little sandwich money in the process. Huh?
Absolutely.
And Apex, I don't know if you want to talk about this here, but I guess I'll go ahead and say it. Apex is going after his very first home purchase, and we're super proud of that. So any little extra income he can make, it's going to really help things out. So we're excited about that, Apex. Very proud of that situation that you going after. We don't know if it's going to work out or not, but hey, all you can do is try, right?
Yeah, I really hope it works out. We're already settled on a price. We're just going through the motions, getting the everything set up. Just got to cut through all the red tape. I really like the place. I genuinely like it. I've walked it. It's been like I've been around it for years. It's a close family friend type deal. So
Mhm.
if they let me take it on, I'm prepared to take it on. And I really think that it would be a positive change in my life, considering my home life situation. Having more space to myself and less distractions would translate to having more clarity and presence of mind when I'm actually on the job site. Because having that solitude and solace whenever you get home, it allows you to decompress and recharge and equip and rearm for the next day. So I'm hoping for it, man. It's going to be a very positive change in my life.
I'll say something here that's not really pertaining to pressure washing, because I know a lot of guys do listen to us and they respect what we say. If you want to be good at work, you have to be good at home. And I don't mean to start preaching to you, but you cannot go to work and perform at a very high level. And Lord knows our customers, whether it's commercial or residential, they expect 100% perfection 100% of the time. That you can't even get 5-star reviews. It's even when you're perfect, it's hard. So if your home is a little bit chaotic, if it's not peaceful, if it's not warm, if it's not receptive, you need to fix that, and you will see your business really follow suit afterwards. So correct things at home and your business will explode. And it's hard to even know why. It's like it's connected psychological. And this goes as far as going that extra mile, keeping the yard clean, keeping your truck clean. I've talked about this before. I'm my worst own competition. I have to struggle with these things daily to go out there and clean the truck, get the mud off of it, and get the trash out of it. All of that. Get all of that nice and straight. Clean up the house, throw the old stuff out. You know what I'm saying, Apex? And just get all that straight, and it sets your mind up for success in ways that you might not can even imagine right now. You just have to trust me, and you can leave a comment on some of the future videos, but it works.
All right. So got some more comments here. We've got a lot of comments, man. I'm just try to get through them. Okay. But we like getting comments. We like giving back to y'all and providing information. So Clayman 33, he says, I started surface cleaning driveways for $100 and now consistently close soft washes for 1-story roofs for $500 to $650 with my Northern soft wash unit and a DeWalt 3400 2.5 gallon per minute. Pinch a penny, know me. Yeah, buddy.
Not bad at all. Nice going.
Hell yeah. Okay. Jason Champion says, "What's up, Go Bro 7?" Yeah, what's up, Jason? Okay, Clayman. He just corrected someone, says nose asterisk. Okay, PHA 807. Awesome. Thanks for answering. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much, man. GoBro 7 says, "What's up, Jason? Hope all is well." Okay, William Sellers. All right, William. He says, I have started my own pressure washing business. Well, first off, congratulations, William. And he says, I have a Generac 3100 pressure washer. Is it a good machine to start with?
Hey, yes, probably so. Don't think you're gonna probably go wash the world with it, but if it's a little decent engine, a little decent pump, take care of it. Change your oil in it. Don't let it overheat. Don't let it get stolen. Don't let it get frozen. But be putting about 10 or 15% of your gross back into some type of little account, because that machine, I want you to be able to wear that machine out quickly. If you wear that machine out quickly, it means you're making good money, and go get you some decent equipment maybe early next year.
Absolutely. And Rubik's 15 says, acetone traffic paint versus alkaloid traffic paint.
It depends on the temperature. That's another 2-hour conversation. The All
Yeah.
Pro Parking Light Stripe, of course, will figure all that out for you. But in general, in the wintertime, most likely acetone, but that could change if you're doing blacktop. So it's there's about 13 different types of paints out there, and I think we'd put everybody to sleep if we went through every one of them.
Okay, so Jason Champion says everything is good. My first big job the other day. Emoji with the money face. I
Sweet.
hope everyone on the channel has a happy and wonderful Thanksgiving. Well, you too, Jason. Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Don't eat too much, like I will.
Yeah. And Jason Champion says Sabine Parish. Sabine Parish. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. That's right.
Okay. Rubik's 15 says, what insurance company would you suggest for line striping?
You can check with your local agent. Most of ours goes through something called Accord, which is a derivative of Lloyd's of London. So most insurance agencies will carry some type of general liability. So you can go down and check with your local agent. Also, Geico does a lot of stuff now for small businesses in the service industry. You can check with Geico. Liberty Mutual is another one. Those are about the two big players in the field. There's a tons of other ones. There's Joseph Walters, you know, but yeah, check with a nice local agent, someone you trust, and someone that's going to walk you through that process because they're going to give you a long questionnaire about what services you're performing, where at, what locations, how many stories, all that. Those answers need to be answered carefully. So you want to get those percentages, how much flat work you do versus roof work, and so figure all that out and get you a good agent, someone that you sit down and trust because you can make a mistake buying insurance as well.
Okay. So TC's Power Blaster says Billy D is the main man in the game.
I
Yes,
appreciate
indeed.
it.
Yes, indeed. And he says, Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you,
Yeah.
TCs. And Williams Washing says, Apex, hell yeah, congrats ahead of time. I hope so, man. I hope we're not jumping the gun on that one. All righty. Got some more comments here. Let me back where I was. Okay. Pro Wash Exterior says, I'm gonna be honest. Between watching your videos, Aaron's videos, and Cody's videos, I ain't got the time to do any washing. Keep it up, fellas. Y'all are changing my life daily.
Yeah, Aaron and Cody, yeah, they definitely got some great information. Also, go check out Apex's channel. He's
Yeah.
starting to put some content out there. I think he's at what 200 or 300 subscribers now. Is that correct?
I recently passed 300 subscribers.
Okay, so we definitely want to get him to 1,000 as quick as possible for two reasons. He gets to monetize it, so he gets a little YouTube money. Probably not a whole lot, but it's enough to buy him a meal here and there. But also, he can start doing lives as well. So, if I'm not mistaken, once you reach 1,000 viewers and 4,000 watch hours, something like that, you can go live, and he is chomping at the bit, ready to do that. So, guys, go out
Absolutely.
there and please subscribe to him so he can reach that threshold. I'm hoping he can get to that 1,000 before the first of the year. We might be a little ambitious, but hey, might as well set the goals and go for
Hell yeah. If I get more than 3 a day, I think, yeah. Or no, it'd be like 10 or
about
20.
30, yeah, about 30 a day. That would be quite ambitious, but
Yeah.
hey, go for it though. You never know.
Okay. And Kenneth Rickner says, Congrats, Apex. Yeah. Um, Hopefully everything works out. I'm definitely on the right trajectory. And, Lord willing, I'll be able to go ahead and close the deal. Okay. Indiana Power Clean says, is the in-person training separate from the online course?
Yes, it sure is. Yeah. But I will
Okay.
say this, the online courses are very expensive. You might not need in-person training after you watch these courses, followed up with phone calls with me. Now, we would love to have you down, but I don't want to see you traveling unnecessarily, especially right now with all this going on. But I am sure hoping next year we can wide open our in-person training. But I really like to be able to teach guys that know a little bit of information. So we had a couple guys come down that had never done pressure washing. Actually, one of them was in the armed forces. So he did take some training videos and the in person. So when he got to us in person, he was basically speaking our language. Because if you are brand new and you start doing in person training with someone that's been doing this all their life, there's a lot of nuances that I'm gonna just brush over because it's like tying your shoes in the dark. How do you teach someone how to tie their shoes? Well, they gotta kind of know a little bit about it. You know what I'm saying, Apex? It's like once they take
Yeah.
that video training, those courses, and then followed up with in-person training, that's it. You're good. You can go conquer the world then. And I feel very confident with saying that our training is top notch.
Yeah. And that speaks from your experience. And TC's Tower Blasters, he says, Apex, keep up the good work. Absolutely, man. Every day I get out of bed, trying to be my best. Jason Champion says, awesome, Apex. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. From all you guys, I appreciate it. It really does, it helps. Power Wash LLC says, y'all look tired. Well, man, I mean, when you got a lot going on in life and you still find time to hop on the live, yeah, we're gonna look a little tired, but we're gonna get you, comments answered.
We've been running hard. I promise you.
Yeah. Bodiless says, Apex, exclamation mark, congrats. Yeah, hopefully here. Since soon enough.
Keep my fingers crossed. He'll be a brand new homeowner at 23. Is that correct?
23, correct.
23. And when's your birthday?
February 17th.
Hey, this might have for your birthday or right around your birthday because it takes a minute to close on a house.
Yeah. And I've never done any of that before. I'm like a tadpole in that arena.
That group of people I sent your way, they are the best of the best. They've helped me buy some very large real estate things, and they are super awesome. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, Billy pretty much set up the Avengers of finance people, like the Avengers Assemble, to come help me out, and I really do appreciate it.
You always gotta have the best of the best, man.
All right, so Jason Champion says, your parents want you to help do the dishes, shouldn't be a distraction.
Well, you live alone, but his parents lives on the property, and looks like he's gonna maybe have a fiance here soon. It's time to leave the nest, so to speak. I mean, you live on the same property, but under a different roof, right?
Yes, they have their own household. I have my own household. It's just me and my two parents sharing, a little over an acre of land. It's we see each other every day, and just admittedly, sometimes I'll come home and there'll be a little bit of riffraff going on, and that's why me getting my own place is going to significantly improve my situation, because I can come home and not have the stress and get a chance to recharge and come to work with a clear head the next day. That's what matters.
Yeah.
So,
especially if you working on heights and things like that, you need to have a clean, clear mind when you come to work. Years ago, I know a guy that was going through a divorce, a very nasty divorce. The wife was cheating with his best friend. You've heard the stories before in the past. They were spending all of his money, and he had a dangerous job, and he got killed at work. And we've always thought that it was a simple mistake. This guy had done this for almost 20 something, 28, 29 years, same task, and he messed up at work and got killed, and it was super sad. I mean, it's it's sad that when you go to work and you're doing dangerous things, working on ladders, roofs, messing with heavier equipment, messing with these pressure washers that can literally cut your leg off if you do something stupid, you need to come to work clean, clear, feeling good too. Feeling good is everything, right? You go to work and you're sluggish, and you didn't sleep good last night, you didn't eat good last night. You
take
going
that
home.
shower.
Yeah, you gotta come to work clean and clear, and your workmanship will improve. Your safety's improving, and then your
morale.
Yeah, your morale, your finances will improve. It's just a good way to start out.
And it affects the people you work around. From experience, I know that I need to get a good night's sleep and take a shower in the morning, brush my teeth, and make sure I'm dressed. And when I get to work and I have that, A-type personality attitude, the day seems to go by quicker. It doesn't just drag on. You affect the people that are around you, and they affect you. So it's a team effort. Everybody needs to come prepared, and you get it done better. You gotta go get it, man.
Negative, yeah, that being negative, all that negative energy is contagious, but also positively is being contagious as well. So you pick and choose which one you want to bring to work with you.
All right. So getting back to our comments here, GoBro7 says, "Good stuff, man. Glad to hear it. I finally got my truck back. Time to rock and roll." Absolutely, man.
Got to have that
Okay,
truck, baby.
Jason Champion, big wheels, keep on rolling. Yes, sir. And William Sellers, thank you so much for your response. Absolutely, man. Trying to get to everybody. Okay. GoBro7, do y'all run into any graffiti removal?
Yes, yeah, all the time. You can get some good graffiti remover online. You can check out your local paint stores. Even some Home Depot, Lowe's carry some of the graffiti remover. But not all graffiti remover is created equally. So sometimes you have some graffiti, you might have to try 2 or 3 products on it. So don't go buy a case of one product. Just try out different products. Take a picture of the graffiti that you're working on. Bring that into like your local paint store. They can definitely give you a hand with it.
All right. And Joshua McGee, is there any way to validate lot striping need and demand in my area before pulling the trigger on expensive equipment?
Yeah, it's really easy. Get about $10 worth of gas, ride around and look. If all the lines look fresh and new, there's probably someone in there striping. But if the lines look terrible, they're probably not. Either way, I would jump in because the guy that if he's got all the business sewed up in your particular town, I can guarantee you as soon as you hop into Google and you hop up on that list, they would ask for that second price that a lot of customers want to price shop. I know certain areas of the country where they got one striper service in a 200-mile radius, and they got like 30 people working for them because they can't even get to all the properties. If someone hopped in there, they could make tons of money just off the crumbs. So always be looking to get into parking lot striping. It pays, and generally 5 to 10 times more per hour than pressure washing. So once you learn the trade, it is equivalent to being a skilled diesel mechanic. Is equivalent to being a skilled certified welder. You take your pick. Once you learn that trade, your skill level hops up, your pay is going to hop up, and it's a good thing when you can go out and make a lot more money than what you've been making.
All right. And Jason Champion says, absolutely. I've been keeping my truck super clean. It gives me a boost of confidence. Yeah, man, you got to have a clean ride. The work
Yeah.
truck is the biggest tool in your toolbox. So it's important to keep it clean,
It's your
just like
office
your rig.
sometimes too. It's your office as well.
Yeah.
You get you a notepad there, pen, like make sure the pen clips into the notepad. Because I can't tell you how many times I found a notepad and no ink pen. So if it
Yes.
has like a little thing that attaches to, you know what I'm saying? Like, like the old
Yes.
corded phones, have all that where you can just jot stuff down. You feel confident when you're talking on the phone. The customer can pick that stuff up. They can hear you rattling around, cussing to yourself. Man, I can't find my blank pen,
Yeah,
and
that's an impression.
yeah, you kind of need to be all on task when you talk to that customer because that first impression is everything. That's
And
going to
dude,
affect the price.
yeah, like, I know a guy, he's kind of old school. He keeps the notepad in his pocket. Dude, I'll tell you what, it has
Hmm.
its perks. It's a lot faster than opening
So,
up the notes on your phone.
right, he just pulls it out and he takes it
Boom.
in his notes and he has it right there. That's a great idea, actually.
Absolutely. And let me see. Jason Champion again says, let me see. What's up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Absolutely, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Okay. TC's Power Blasters. Aaron Parker and Billy are the greatest. Well, hey, man, there's a lot of other great people as well. Just putting that out there.
No, yeah, there's a bunch of them. Aaron is definitely an awesome dude. Some of my favorite guys out there is obviously Aaron. Justin with Forever Self-Employed is a phenomenal human being on and off the camera, on and off the job site. He's a very giving person, grateful, everything. Also, we love Cody as well. We've met Cody before. We're probably going to see him at some point in the future again. But there's some other guys out there as well that are really doing well in the industry. We're just getting to know Entrepreneur Army. He's really doing a great job at what he's doing. We've had him here on the channel. So there's a lot of guys out there. And guys, look, there's a lot of content out there that you can watch and be grateful for what these guys are doing. If you run across their videos, hit a thumbs up on them. Leave them a comment. Yeah, they will make a few dollars in ad revenue, but just what if they decided to stop doing that? What if we decided to stop doing what we doing, or Cody did, or Aaron, or Justin? There would be no other information out there. You can't learn without someone teaching you. You know, you can go learn on yourself, but it would take years to learn this trade. Your prices would be low. You use the wrong chemicals, wrong equipment, etc. So y'all run across these guys' videos, support them a little bit. You know, even if you
Yeah.
got to hop in and hop out, at least they know you were there.
Yeah. And like, Billy did that so you guys don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like Billy, he freaking has all those years under his belt for a reason. It's just it's like having a cheat sheet, man. You can't beat it. Now, on to our comments. Kenneth Rickner says, would you think Google AdWords works best for parking lot striping?
Yes, they will work really good for parking lot striping. Now, Google AdWords is awesome, but it's also an awesome expense on you too as well. So there's a couple things you need to look at. If you're going to run a Google AdWords, you need to really study it because your competitors will click out your budget. That happens around here, and that's why I don't you run your Google ads. So if you got a big budget, you got some money to play with, Google AdWords is good. But I really recommend is doing some type of Facebook thing. And Justin with Forever Self-Employed teaches that Facebook ad strategy. You can click on a link that Apex put in our resource page and purchase that Facebook ad strategy. Now you have that tool and that knowledge to repeat it over and over and over again. And I've personally seen Justin get 20 or 30 leads off of like 20 bucks. So it's like pennies on a dollar. If you're doing it on Google AdWords, 20 leads may cost you $1,000. So it's a little bit different customer, but it's still a lead is a lead, and it's up to you to go out there and pitch and sell your services to them. But also, I would say if you want to start off with Facebook because it's cheap, yard signs, that sort of thing, email list, and then if you want to graduate to the Google AdWords once you have some money to spend, that's a perfect strategy as well.
All right. So we are at the hour and 2 minute mark. We got 22 people tuned in. You guys can leave us some likes. Much appreciated.
Yeah,
For those of
matter of
you who
fact,
already
Apex,
have.
I was going to say, let's get maybe 5 more questions, and then I'm going to have to roll because I actually got company that just came in from out of town. So let's do 5 more questions. I know they had a couple guys left a super chat. I want to make sure we did answer those first. Did we get to those earlier?
Yes, we got to both of them. We've had two so far, and we answered both of them.
Okay,
And
let's
both of them
let's
got
do
to be
5 more. This is one on the screen to be the first one out of 5.
okay. So let me get to this. Okay, so TC's Power Blasters. He's just saying congratulations to me. Let me get the questions. Okay, so
Mhm.
Tallow S, what do you use for non-organic oily stains and rust?
There's rust removers out there. F9 is a good one. Degreasers, Gold Assassin's good. We like Purple Power. There's also some other degreasers here locally. If you're looking for a really good degreaser for all spots, you can go down to your local diesel supply store. Where they would mainly service like sell parts like Napa sells some really good degreasers, that sort of thing. But Purple Power is pretty good. Gold Assassin's good. EBCs are really good degreaser as well. And as far as your rust, it's going to be something acidic that takes that off, something like F9.
All right. William Stoller says, what is the next pressure washer should I purchase after the Generac 3100 pressure washer?
So 3100, you're probably running somewhere around 3 gallons a minute, I would assume. I would at least go to a 4. Now, a 4 gallon per minute pressure washer, 4,000 psi is not that the PSI is not that important. I know we say that all the time, but it's really true. But 4 gallons per minute can run off of a customer's water faucet. 5.5 is really good, but you will need a maybe a tote to a little water tank, because 5.5 is not going to run off a customer's spigot. So it's kind of a personal choice, but I would at least go with a 4. I would like to see you with a 5.5 or even an 8, because then now you could start doing flat work at a really good discount and do a lot of it quickly. But you have to make that decision whether you want to keep pulling off a customer's faucet or if you want to go with a buffer tank.
All right, and we got another question. I'm gonna just read this comment really fast here because it really
Okay.
speaks to me. He says, Apex, I agree with Billy. If you're adding a lady in your life, then I highly suggest leaving the nest. Just don't bite off any more than you can handle. Absolutely, James. Absolutely. Big
Yeah.
steps in life.
And Apex, you know, I don't like to talk about money on here, but Apex sometimes makes $10,000 a month. So he's got a great income, and it's probably time for him to become a homeowner.
It is, man. I remember when going out to eat used to be a big deal, and now I don't even think about the cost of food or gas. Like, it changes your life. Now, for a question here, Clayman 33, he says, what PPE do you use? Personal protective equipment.
Well, if you're dealing with pressure washing, obviously you want to keep the sodium hypochlorite off of you as most as possible. If it's summertime, we do use like a sunscreen lotions that puts a barrier between you and the bleach, and also have a fresh water supply there if you get some on you. But if you get a
Safety
lot of
glasses.
them, what's that?
Safety glasses.
Safety
Every time.
glasses. But I was going to say, if you're getting dosed with sodium hypochlorite often, you need to change your tactics, because we hardly get any on us. And I teach my guys all the time angles, wind conditions, when to pull the trigger, burst pressure. There's a lot of things go into it. As far as parking lot striping, a lot of PPE is not really required other than gloves and safety glasses. Now, if you're working in a closed area doing parking lot striping, like in a warehouse, something, obviously you'll need something with the fumes, maybe like a face mask or something.
Okay, and Tony Bennett says, will the Rust-Oleum striping machine work, or should I start with paint rollers and brushes?
You know, the Rust-Oleum striping machines are good for very small jobs. Again, you're using a can paint. That paint that's in that can may not be conducive with the type of material you're striping or the temperature. So maybe take both approaches if your budget allows you to get that little Rust-Oleum striper, and you will be doing some hand painting, I promise you.
Okay, and Yamby says, one more question. I'm thinking about mixing 12 gallons of SH with 3 gallons of LA Awesome concentrate for my 10-to-1 downstreamer. Is that an unsafe amount of LA Awesome concentrate?
Yes, it could be. Yeah, I believe LA Awesome, if I'm not mistaken, is acidic, and you never want to mess with anything with acidic and sodium hypochlorite together. That being said, it probably could be done. It's going to put out some fumes or something. But you know, might want to check the labels there for sure.
And we are all caught up on comments.
All
Awesome.
right, that was you did a good rapid fire session right there, Apex.
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
how many people we got in on board here?
Currently, we have 21 people.
Okay, awesome. We appreciate all 21 of you for sure.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate your likes too. Excellent people. Okay. And one last one. William Sellers says, thank you so much. Absolutely, man. And we got one last comment just popped in.
There it
Bobby
is.
Denton, Saved by the Bell, last possible second. He says, with a startup budget of 10 to 20,000, that's big boy dollars. How much would you spend for equipment versus marketing and training costs?
I would say I would at least third those up, put it in threes. I would do third in equipment, third in marketing, third in training. If you can do a little bit less in equipment than a third, that would probably help you out on your marketing training. But man, having the equipment is one thing. It's just a three-legged stool there. You know, you got to have the equipment, you got to have the training, you got to have the marketing. So marketing is very important. The training is important. The equipment is not as important as the marketing training. So long as you can throw your bleach up there and give it a good rinse down, you know, you're good to go. But also, I don't want you to waste any money on equipment as well. So if you got $10,000, you should be able to get a good 5.5 gallon per minute machine with a small tote. You should be able to put a couple, 2 or 3 grand in marketing, and maybe 15 to $2,000 in the training.
Right. So that about wraps it up.
Well,
Um,
Apex, I hope you have an awesome Thanksgiving. I'm sure I'm going to talk to you tomorrow as usual, like we always do. So, I think this is about your third Thanksgiving. We've had you on board, and hopefully many more to come.
yeah, absolutely. That's definitely my plans for the future.
Oh, and by the way, I noticed a personal message, but I guess I'll tell you this while we got all these guys working on here. Um, I mean, while they all watching, next week we're going to that undisclosed location out in an undisclosed state. So I know you said your all is good in your truck, and
Yep.
so you just had that all changed, right?
Just had it changed. I've got about 800 miles on it. I typically change it every 4,000 miles.
Okay, so
Turbocharged
we're
engine
good with
needs it.
that. And so I might have to have you pick up some SH down there too before we go. But I'll get with you before we go down there to make sure you got enough and I got enough.
Yeah,
And
I've
then we
still
got to,
got all that. I've still got your SH in that tank, so that same amount. So we should be good. I've got mine as well, so I think we're all good on SH. But yeah, I'll do a final check with you before we leave out.
and then we got to get with Big Chris and make sure he's got everything, suitcases packed, the whole 9 yards. So, and it might be cold where we going to, so y'all be prepared for that. And I know the guys on there. I wish we could talk about exactly where we going. Maybe at some point in the future we can disclose what we've been up to. But for now, we've been advised very strongly not to mention where we're going, who we working for, and all that good stuff. But we love it. I mean, I promise you, I wish we could talk about it. I'm sure Apex is he's been doing things he has probably never done in his life, maybe never will again. So, but we having fun doing it. We're expanding. Our business is expanding pretty rapidly, and we are really grateful for that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Apex, I hope you have an awesome night. Don't get a speeding ticket out there or a reckless driving ticket.
Yeah.
And give your parents my best. And we'll be in touch tomorrow.
All right, man. So that about wraps it up. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
that's that's
Thank
it.
y'all for
Signing
allowing me
off.
to. All righty.
Go get it.